All right, there's a party in downtown Augusta this Saturday marking what would have been the 90th birthday of the godfather of soul, James Brown. The James Brown Birthday Get Down kicks off Saturday at 3 p.m. in the parking lot of the Augusta Museum of History. It's a free event with music, activities, and more. Coco Rubio is with Alma Presents, and he is one of the organizers, and he's with us this morning. Good to see you, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah,
Glad to have you back here.
It's going to be a good week.
It's going to be a really busy week, and it's going to wrap up a great way as well. We've got quite an event coming up this Saturday. Parking lot of the Augusta Museum of History, JB's birthday. What can people expect?
Yeah, we're going to have some live music with some good bands. We're going to have some DJs. We're going to have some food trucks. We're going to have some concessions, drinks like that, using the parking lot of the Augusta Museum of History, which has the James Brown exhibit in it, and so we thought that would be a good place to do that and to celebrate the 90th birthday, what would have been the 90th birthday of Mr. Brown. His birthday is actually Wednesday, May 3rd, and it's cool too, that Thursday, May 4th, is Sharon Jones' birthday.
That's right, yes.
My girl, and then of course we go into Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. Friday, we'll be setting up, and then, of course, we're going to celebrate on Saturday, May 6th.
So the party starts Wednesday.
I was going to say, it's just a celebration.
That's what I'm saying. It's a party week.
No, it really is. Let's talk about the man himself, James Brown, and his importance not only to music, but to this community.
Oh, yeah. That's why I think it's so important for us to honor him in Augusta, his hometown, which he loved, and he could have lived anywhere in the world he wanted to, and he chose to live here. And, I just think it's great that we've seen so many things, to honor him now. Before it was kind of, it was not the case, and it's nice that we now have, the James Brown Arena, and James Brown Boulevard, and the murals around town are really cool, celebrating the Godfather and stuff. And it's one of the reasons we opened the Soul Bar and called it the Soul Bar, was in honor of the Godfather of Soul. And when he came in and played some pool, he said, this is really cool, and said, we knew what's up. Coco, you know what's up. That's what he told me. And then I was like, thank you, sir. And, so I've been, really friends with the family over the years, and, I love working with Deanna Brown and making sure that we honor her dad, and, we do it right. And yeah, it's great to have, the community involvement with it.
And speaking of Deanna, you've got the James Brown Family Foundation. You have JAMP, the James Brown Academy of Music Pupils.
They'll be kicking off the live music. Yeah, they'll be playing at 4 o'clock. The gates open at 3. 4 o'clock will be JAMP, which is the James Brown Academy of Music Pupils. And these are young students that come after school and they learn to play James Brown music, and they learn instruments and they learn how to play with, with their teacher that they have there, Maestro Dub, they call him, Daniel. And it's amazing to see these kids learn and play the music. And to me, it just kind of shows how good that music is, that you can play it and you can hear it. And it's like to see those kids do it. And then as they get older and they kind of graduate and move on, you get these other kids come in, so it's been happening for many years now. And it's just really cool to see the boys and the girls, getting down.
To that point, you've had your finger on the pulse, basically, of the downtown music scene for years. You've seen firsthand how these students with JAMP have grown. What is that like?
Oh, I mean, it's awesome to see, and it's really kind of the way the music scene in Augusta is too. You see a lot of young bands kind of, start playing out and doing the thing, and you just kind of see them develop and grow. And then, what happens? Sometimes they continue to do it. Sometimes they end up just, they can't continue to do the music thing and got to do other things. But having that in their background, I think, is important, and the music, is just something that, just means a lot to so many people. So, yeah, Augusta's got a good, healthy music scene, and has had for a long time,
And you can continue to celebrate that music scene this weekend. See what I did? It's a whole celebration. What do you want people to take away, from attending this bash?
Well, I think it's good to get the community together. It's always, when you do a James Brown birthday bash, it's a nice, diverse crowd, representing the community. It's important, I think, to have it downtown, somewhere where he was a lot. And, it's just good to hear his music. And you kind of realize that his music is, so many classic songs, and when you hear these songs, you're like, wow, and then for a lot of people, they'll hear stuff and they're like, wait, I've heard this beat or something like in popular music, like new songs. It's like, yeah, it's because everybody samples Mr. Brown,
exactly.
And so much music that you've heard, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that was his song that they, sampled and redid. And so his impact on pop culture and music is just, he's up there with the greatest of all time.
It's endless.
Right.
It really is endless. Let's recap the info here for Saturday's event. Where and when?
Yeah, it's going to be on Saturday, May 6th, starting at 3 o'clock. The gates open, and it's at the Augusta History Museum, the Museum of History, on Broad Street and 6th Street, between 6th and 5th, across from Luigi's. Shout out to Luigi's. And right there is where it's going to be. And it's a free event. We have great sponsors, the Greater Augusta Arts Council, with Brenda and Benish Brown and Jennifer with Visit Augusta, Augusta and Company, that whole crew, all in Augusta. They've helped us, with to make it a free event. We've had some other folks, locally that have also helped,
Right.
and they don't even want credit for it. They just want to help.
Check that out. You get more info at almapresents.com. Look for the fountain there at the Augusta Museum of History. That's where the party's going to be.
Yes, sir.
Coco, good to see you. Thanks for coming by, buddy.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.